Hello, for this tutorial I'm going to go over features again, and we're going to go through sweep and revolve. Sweep is got a lot of options. Revolve really doesn't have that many, but I'll show you them. So let's start with the sweep. For a sweep to work, you need a profile and you need a path. So on the front plane, we'll make a profile, and I'm just going to grab my profile tool and select that. And next you need to put a plane at the end perpendicular to the profile. So I'll select my plane and I'll select the end, I'll select the profile, and then I have one there and I'll sketch on that. And for this we'll use an ellipse just because I want to show you other things that won't work with a circle. So we got an ellipse and there it is. I just did that on the end. Now I just got out of that 3D, out of that sketch, and now all I have to do, let me hide this. All you do is you select your um, sweep, select your profile, select the path, and then you have your sweep. Now you have an option here to follow path, normal constant, it keeps the normal constant. Follow path through first guide curve. We haven't gotten to guide curves yet. Twist along path is one that is pretty cool. I change it from degrees to turns because it's a lot quicker, and you just click how many turns you want. You got to be careful that they don't intersect into each other or it'll fail. And then when you get what you want, you say OK, and now you have your sweep. And we're going to delete that. And I want to show you next is guide curves, just a little bit of the basics of guide curves. I'm going to start with a new profile though. That's not going to really be good. So I'll go front view. I'm just going to use a line for this. And on the end of that line, I'm going to put a profile. Okay, now in this I'll sketch and I'll put an ellipse. And there you go. So on the guide curves, you have to have a plane that goes either across this way or across this way. So we're going to put one on this point. So I'm going to select this plane. See, it happens to work out that this one's pretty close. It actually is right. So we'll go with that one. Just to be sure, I'm just going to take my plane and select that and say OK. So now I know it's on there. And next I could do is hide this to get out of my way. And sketch on that. So for guide curves, I'm going to use a profile. And when I do them, I go a little bit away from the profile and I click and finish it. And then I come back and I select the point and I select this and they give it a Pierce relationship. All guide curves need to have a Pierce relationship or they won't work. And so I gave it that Pierce. And normally I like to have this and this equal. So I'll just do it this way. Okay. And okay, so I could have made this with a revolve easier, but just to show the way the sweep works with a guide curve. So we finished that sketch And now we're going to go into our sweep. And once again, we select our profile, select the path, which is this one. And now guide curves, you can have as up to 4, I believe. So you just select that, and then it just jumps right to it. And there you have um, your guide curve. And there's different options here. Start and end tangency. You can make it path tangent, and that'll just, it won't work on this example because the way it's set up, but that's pretty much it. And then you have your thin feature, which just makes it almost a surface. And that's your profile. Now, it follows this one, but you could put as many as you want. I could have put some going from this point to this point if I wanted to. So let me do that again. Oh, and I want to show you too, if you right click in here and say, oh, where is it? Oh, I'll go through that later. Anyway, that's the sweep. That's one example of the sweep. And when I first started start working SolidWorks, the first thing I wanted to learn was how to make a spring or something like that. So to make a spring, you always need a profile, and you use the sweep. So we're going to sketch on here, and you put a circle here, and this circle will determine the diameter of the sweep. So we'll just leave it some arbitrary number, and I come out of that. So to make, you have to grab the helix and spiral. The helix always needs a profile to start with. So you grab the helix and it automatically selected that one. So all you do now is you just pull the pitch, but you could come to here and write down what you want the pitch to be. That's a very tight one. For this example, I'll just go some arbitrary number. And the revolutions is here, how many times you want it to revolve around. And that looks good for now. So you say, and you can make a taper if you want. And for this example, we'll just use a constant, and we'll accept that. And now you have to come here, and you have to select your profile. And this got selected by accident. So I'll select this. I'll select my helix. I'll say OK. So now I sketch on that plane. And once again, you can, here it's not going to hook onto it. It won't snap to it. So you just got to give it a Pierce relationship, just like that. And the next thing you do is get out of that sketch, and you go into sweep again, and you choose your profile, and then you choose your path, and there you go. And then you have your helix. That one looks pretty bad, but you can always accept. And now if I wasn't happy with this, I can always go back in and I can adjust the width of my sketch here. If this wasn't big enough, I can pull it out, and there you go. I can also adjust the helix if I wanted to. You can adjust everything. Come here and edit feature, and then you could just do whatever you need to do to edit it. And you could also do it here if you got 3D geometry on. So that's pretty much the helix, but a quicker way. All right, there we go. The path tangent was on. All right, so that's your sweep cut, and it's basically how it works. It just cuts through anything really. You could put one here. You could let me just hide this. We can sketch on this and grab the profile again and say OK. And now select this, select my get out of 3D sketch or get out of sketch and select my plane, select the end, select profile, accept that, sketch on that, and now circle. Sometimes it's just won't click on, so I just go like this and then select that, give it a pierce relationship, and now it's the same thing. I get out of that and I give it a cut, swept cut, and it's already selected. I select that, and there's your swept cut, and that's it. That's how that one works. So that's the swept cut. This video ran a little bit longer than expected, so I had to put revolve on another tutorial. So thank you very much.